signs, welcome back. We're here to do your twin flame update, and we're going to get straight into it. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a soul coach connected to the Twin Flame Collective. I do give you the tools here to reach union, as well as I am developing additional tools that are going to be launched hopefully in 2022 to help you make it through to union. Now, we are going to do the what, why, where, when, and how, and I have pulled those cards, and then we're going to get deep into it, as well as with an extension to give you maybe some tips on how to actually turn this situation about. Now, yes, we're during Mercury retrograde, so this can be a time that many of you are having communication with these individuals, especially with the pending eclipse that is coming up. I am seeing in their mind's eye at the moment, they're really wondering what's going on with the connection, and they really are regressing back and totally understanding why it has caused so much delays and dramas. And I do feel it was almost like subconsciously they know that they had an issue with connections point blank zero. I do feel in their past it was almost a way that they were holding people back. So the what's going on at the moment is they're realizing that part of the problem is the lack of connection, the lack of, yes, we could say the lack of heart, but they're feeling as though they've sent subconsciously this unintentional message that you're not loved, that you're not cared for. They don't mean any harm, but they are looking at how it has caused conflict, especially the space between both individuals. They're kind of getting this feeling that, you know, in a heart-centered, it's kind of breaking their heart. They're feeling as though they've portrayed this image that they're quite tough. They've portrayed this image that they, you know, don't really need anyone. And it was more because at a point they did have a lot going on, and potentially they were going through a breakup, or again, I'm kind of seeing it's almost like holding people at bay, really going through that awakening stage. It's ironic that what is going on is heart-centered energy and a physical blockage. You can, and this is one of my tips for you guys dealing with water signs, if you do want to break the blockage, you know, I had a Patreon on YouTube ask me, YILDIZ, can you please do removals of blockages? And the one thing I will say is for this element here, if you have been experiencing that, always psychically you tend to get the energy coming through. If a particular chakra point is coming up, which at the moment Mercury is retrograde in a Venus sign, it's heart chakra. The heart chakra at the moment, the what is saying is that the heart chakra has a blockage. Your counterpart is aware of the blockage. They're actually finding solutions. But if you want to do a guided meditation on heart chakra, you can tune into your twin flame and you can ask to approach them in your subconscious mind. And if they allow you to enter, it means they're open to that. And you can do a little bit of work on that individual as well as yourself, and then come back to this one moment. I do feel in the past, they also felt it was also through their steps and actions that caused this confusion. And it may have been due to a third party situation, and also maybe somebody that was younger, but at the same time, they're feeling that their inactions has caused it to get where it is right now. I also feel that situation has come to an end because it is in the past at this point, but they are looking at the foundation. This can be home changes, but I'm really getting the message that for them, it was their inactions that have caused this conflict, and they're really trying to nut through this in a psychological kind of humanistic experience. So from an ascended point, they were physically feeling, they know the reasons why they were reacting to this situation this way. And they did feel at that point in time, it was the most mature way to handle it because they had things to sort out. However, in hindsight 360, they're feeling by not articulating it, Mercury, and it's come up twice, that it has caused confusion in this connection. I'm hearing the term, it's not in what we say, it's what we do. And this is really how the water signs at the moment are embodying it. And they're really listening to their intuition. Where they're at the moment is going into their instincts and their hopes and dreams. And there is a lot of fantasy going on. but it's more to do with where they do have the power. Their guides are stepping in. They're showing them the way. They also feel as though they have been very focused on finance. And I feel because of the cross-watcher counterpart, it's like the mirroring's going on, but at the same time, it's like they can feel your energy. And I do feel for some of you, you're kind of pulling back due to this, and the confusion between both counterparts is coming through. How they're going to deal with this. Now, I did ask how they're going to deal with it. And number one, they know that they do have love for you and they do have feelings. And it's quite this dreamy kind of love that they have. And it's almost like, you know, waking up and smelling the roses and then realizing, gee, am I running out of time? I do get this feeling that, you know, it's almost Mars and Libra has caused a lot of issues in love. And we do have the sacral chakra here. And within twin flame path, the sacral chakra is the joint energy. You know, I kind of break it down to the sluggish chakra, and that's sometimes when we do tend to give our power away. With the water signs at the moment, their sacral chakra is activated. So I do see them actually looking after their health and their well-being. They may be looking at their appearance and feeling they need to shape up a little bit, let themselves go. And that doesn't have to be weight related. By no means do I mean that. Spiritually, how it's coming is coming into a physical balance, but also by using their power to actually take their life back. For some, this can physically be that they are getting to a stage where they're realizing if they had invested in something else and it doesn't resonate with them, they're feeling they can't say they're a victim because they feel as though it's not in alignment with them anymore. And due to that fact, they were keeping you at bay and there was a lack of action. So they do directly know, for those who are dealing with that situation, that they would need to deal and tackle with the situation at hand prior to coming towards you. Now, I do feel this is a T-section in the road for them. Their guides are working with them, and I do feel for some of them, if they have a family member who's passed over, this family member is showing them where they had been giving their power away, but they're giving them this little nudge. And with the sacral chakra, I feel by the time we reach Mars transiting into Scorpio, it's already really kicking off. I'm seeing this happen. How they're doing it is owning their power, and it's through their heart-centered energy. But it's almost because they are feeling as though you're the one that got away. And so this craving and this lust for this connection again, it isn't just the carnal need. It is the heart-centered love. It's the wanting to be able to give you the dream, but also wanting to experience that too. It's funny that within the desire card, it is you. It's the cross-watcher, okay? But at the same time, I feel they're wanting peace between both parties with the doves on the actual imagery. I do feel they're saying that they're wanting to give you your heart's desires, and it's almost like they're having this acknowledgement that they had made you wait for a long time, and so because you had waited so long, they're kind of feeling that maybe this delay has caused the demise of this connection. So it is creating an urgency in them, and the sacral chakra is activating. It can be fear-based frequency, but ultimately where they're at is very much their guides and their instincts. So instincts is good, especially because the outcome and how they're going to relate to it is saying that they're going to do something, and this is quite soon. So if you do in your auric field start picking up on anxiousness, it is directly because this person is getting quite panicky and their instincts are feeling you directly pulling away, and due to that they're wanting to move towards you. But they also have seen how this has impacted the connection, especially with the third party energy. I do feel for many the third party energy isn't there anymore, but they're meditating upon it. They needed to have a little bit of time. And that was so they weren't bringing baggage psychologically into this connection. When this is happening, and this was really interesting, I basically pulled the cards in a Celtic cross style, but what, why, when, where, and how. And I used the chakras because I know the placements linking to the astrology. Yes, we do things very different here at YILDIZ Readings. This is Mercury retrograde, and it's funny. when this is happening, you know, many times we can say to ourselves, we want that person to come towards us, correct? The funny thing is, they're kind of having a revelation, nothing's ever going to be perfect. But when you are with the right person, you're willing to move hell and high water and you can make that work. And they also know that you never expected them to be perfect. And what we mean is perfect, it's like turning up, you know, with $1 million and having a big bow on you and, you know, repenting for your sins and everything be perfect. That's sarcastically saying such. So sometimes we can have potholes in our life when we're feeling as though, you know, this isn't the right time. And then we realise psychologically and spiritually that's excuse-based, for argument's sake. And I do feel for the divine masculines of this group, they're really feeling as though at this point in time, I feel it could be happening any time now because it is the Mercury card. And they also note how and when is going to be their actions, right? It's their actions. It's what they can do. When? Now, this can be as Mercury goes direct, which would be more towards the 18th. It also can be regardless. It's almost like not going to be their words. It's just going to be done. It feels very matter of fact. I'm going to pull a clarifier because the consolidation, something hasn't come together, and I think it's to do with realization and acceptance. It's also coming to terms with the past. Yeah, it's almost like they directly know they're wasting their time. They know that there's going to be no perfect time. They do know that even if they are healing and having this expectation on their plate, their heart, their instincts, and how they're feeling in an anxiousness, there is going to be communication. For some of you, this is a strange message. I may pull another chakra card. I'm kind of getting that maybe a message has got through to them in relation to you. What is this Mercury card relating to, please? What is this about? Yeah, it's still very similar because we do have passion. I mean, it's heart-centered. It's love. You know, when they let love live, and that sounds like a funny analogy, but it's getting to this happiness. So they know ultimately they're going to be happy with you. They know ultimately that, you know, what are they defending? Why are they holding back? Why is there no communication? Why is there no movement? The lack of movement had been to do with this hope that they were going to have everything together, but ultimately that had not happened. They do feel that they do need you to get to a space you can be open. That was another thing they're showing me, is that it's obviously we do need to create healthy boundaries, but they're almost saying they felt even on the smallest of level, if you can be open to hearing them, they know that you want to see the direct change. But I do feel ultimately this is as Venus, Mercury moves forward, that it's the heart, it's heart-centered. Okay, so what you need to do, and this is what they're showing me right now. At the moment, there's a blockage coming through. That's between masculine and feminine. When this happens can be, and my recommendation would be do a guided meditation, do the heart chakra clearing. And I feel once you do that, release. Once you can release, that is when you're going to get your communication. We will get further into the extension. If you do want to come through and see any more information relating to this and what's hidden, come through. Otherwise, I'll see you through the week. Thanks for joining YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you do want more content like this, number one, we have it regularly. Number two, we're live every Friday, as well as having separate sessions in the Twin Flame Room, 3 additional a month that is private. Come through and get the support you need. Or if you need a booking, you can go to the link directly below and my website link is there. Love and light. I'll see you for the lives and the super chats on Friday.